probably the best transaction that I've done and the way that I'll invest moving forward. It was a $5.5 million transaction. It was a farm/wedding venue. It's the best transaction I've done to date. Not because the results have been incredible since I've owned it, but the upside is next level. My partner is in events. She has a background in it, and I wanted a farm. And so I was like, hey, why don't we do a farm that is a wedding venue, and you stop doing events where you get paid $1,000 or $1,500 for an event, and we start charging people $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a wedding. We bought the farm, $5.5 million. We've spent a lot of money on it. By doing things like this, you take away from your core business. I've had to inject a lot of capital into this thing, which I potentially could have injected into my own business. Who knows where the better return would be. But since buying this asset in December of last year, we've booked 62 weddings, roughly totaling $1.3 million worth of gross revenue on a $5.5 million investment. You can understand how this is going to be an incredible asset because most assets cannot cash flow like this. It is an active asset. Obviously, these weddings aren't booking themselves. We're running ads. It's a beautiful property. We've got to do site visits. We've got to do all this shit, right? It takes effort. It's not a passive investment. But moving forward, this is the kind of asset that I will only be investing in. By buying assets like that, you naturally just get the organic growth of the asset, which you get in any property. Then on top of that, because you are generating an income from a business, you then get it's called a going concern valuation, because they will then look at the asset, not just based on the asset itself, but then also the income it's generating, and they will give you a cap rate. So you then get the growth in the asset from the income that it's producing. And this can potentially give you like 5x to 10x returns. If the property grows at 5, 6, 7% per annum, by generating an income and dramatically increasing the income of that business, you can increase the asset value by like 5 or 10 times. And this is what all of the big guys do, right? Not only on farms, but in like hospitality, people who own pubs. They can buy a pub that's not doing very, very well. They're not just paying for the real estate, but they're also paying for the business that operates out of that real estate. You think about someone like Justin Hems. They turn the venues around. It goes from being a negatively cash flow business to an extremely profitable business. Because there's now a profitable business operating out of the venue, that then dramatically changes the value of the asset, and you buy something for 10 million and sell it for 100 million. Like, there's been plenty and plenty of those stories. Recently, the Byron Bay Hotel, I think it is, on the water, they're just off $140 million. You look at like the history of that venue, and it's not just the asset itself, it's the income it generates. Obviously, they got poker machines and everything else, but this is the kind of asset now that I'm investing in, because it's not just the growth, but it's also the income. And because of what I learn in business and what I can do in business, I now have the resources to be able to do this kind of thing.